What's going on, everyone? Honda Fit for Adventure here, and tonight we're going to be sub-zero car camping in a snowstorm. Cherry on the cake. Negative 14.4. Hell yeah. What's going on, everyone? Honda Fit for Adventure here, and we're back in Baraboo, Wisconsin for another exciting sub-zero car camping adventure. So in my last video, when we camped out in negative 22, we ended up here at Parfrey's Glen, but it was about 6 in the morning, pitch black out, and negative 15 degrees. I didn't think it was a safe idea to hike in the woods and show you the waterfall. So that's where we're gonna pick up from last time. We're gonna go check out this waterfall, probably frozen, and then we're gonna go check out another place, Pewett's Nest. Then we're gonna go sit in the car for the rest of the night. Right now it's about 10 degrees, and I think it's supposed to get down to negative 8. In my first sub-zero car camping video, we did negative 5 in my blue sleeping bag, and then we did negative 22 in my red sleeping bag. My red sleeping bag is rated for colder weather, but only about by 5 more degrees. But it is much more warmer. But the downside is it doesn't compress that much. So it's about twice the size of my blue sleeping bag. So that's why I like to bring my blue one all the time. And since we pushed it to negative 5 2 years ago, let's try to push it to negative 8. Kind of a staircase here to follow. Well, the falls are kind of frozen over and look weird, but at least we'll get to see it. We got some cool views on the walk back here. I know it's kind of frozen right now, so I'll put a clip what it looks like in March. I still came back here when it was pretty cold, but the water was still flowing. Should have brought the head strap and went down this. Commit now. Okay, the rest was frozen. I brought spare socks and extra wool socks, but I didn't bring spare shoes. Well, it happened again. I think it's where I stepped in on my way in. It's kind of hard to tell with the snow covering everything, so where am I going to jump across here? Here's a rock. There's a rock, but I don't want to jump and slip. Fuck. There we go. And the nice bridge. Oh wow, they plowed the parking lot. The car, the car. Defrost the car here. It was 15 degrees, but with the car warming up, it jumped up to 19. Let's head on over to Pewett's Nest. So I decided not to go into Pewett's Nest because the plow truck went by and there's at least a foot of snow blocking the entrance, and because it's just a gravel parking lot, they're probably not going to plow it, so I don't want to risk getting stuck in there. It's not too far from the main road, but you know, why chance it? It's also 3 degrees out right now, so I don't want to dig myself out unless I have to. Anyway, we're gonna head back to the lake, sit in the back of the car, probably watch a movie and just take in the scenery. Once it gets about 4 o'clock, it's probably gonna start getting dark and start dipping below zero, so we'll have to find a place to sleep by then. I'll see you then. Wow, I must say they are on top of their parks. We made it to Baraboo and it's all plowed out already. All right, we're still at 3 degrees outside. Got my sweatshirt up there, my winter jacket, and my backpack up front. There's my camera bag. I got my lunch ready. I'm about ready to scoot up the seats and jump in the back. We got the pillow, my sleeping bag, and a wool blanket for tonight. I currently have my cargo basket off of my car, so my traction boards are in the back seat. Given that it's a winter snowstorm, I don't want to get stuck and not have these. So I'm either going to slide them under the mat or just scoot them off to the side. While I'm in the back, it is almost going to be 60 degrees in my car. Let's see how long it's going to take to drop down to 50. So if the traction boards weren't on this side, the mat would fold all the way down. Just gonna tilt the seat forward. I don't even need to scoot it up, and I should be able to unfold my mat. Voila. What do you think? Lean up here. Too bad you can't see out my window. That'd be a nice view, a nice thumbnail. So this is how I used to sleep, and then I had a really bad tilted neck. But then I started sleeping the other way, and I don't even need to put my feet between the seats, really. I mean, you can if you want. Oh, I think this is the better way to do it. I've been sleeping the wrong way for the last 3 years. What else is nice is I got a new dash camera, and here's the rear camera, but I could also tilt it forward, and now I can record the inside at night, which is nice. The temperature is still going up. It's 61.5. What time is it? I'm gonna put it on a hyperlapse, eat my lunch, and then kind of see how long it takes for this to drop down to 50 degrees. All right, it just hit 50 degrees. What'd that take? Not that long. About 20 minutes, it dropped from 60 to 50 degrees. So I'm gonna jump into a sleeping bag liner, put on some wool socks, and continue watching my movie. I'll check back in when the temperature gets to 40 degrees in the car and let you know how long that takes. So it took 20 minutes to drop from 60 to 50, and then about 40 minutes to drop from 50 to 40. I'm assuming it's going to be about an hour to drop from 40 to 30 degrees. So during that hour, I think I'm going to take a quick nap. And then when I wake up, maybe we'll go mess around outside, find something to eat, and then find somewhere to set up camp for the night. I just woke up. It's about 15.4 degrees after my nap. Let's go get the car warmed up and find some food. I'll jump up in the front seat in a second, but it is -2 outside. All right, our car is almost at idle temperature. Our windows almost defrosted here. No more snow. I think our blizzard is done for the day, but our sub-zero temperatures are already in effect. So my motor's running, that is why it's 4 degrees. I believe it's about -3 right now. It's about dusk, so the park is going to close. So let's go find some place to set up camp for the night. There we go. Now that we're moving, car says -2. Yeah, it's pretty good. I didn't even have the heated blanket on, so I don't think tonight's going to be too much trouble. All right, it's 70 degrees in the car. I shut the car off. They actually have hot food in this gas station, so I'm just gonna watch another movie on my phone, and when the phone's over, then I'll get some hot food, crank the car up to 70 one more time, and then retreat to the back with my window inserts in and everything set up for the night. So it just hit 69.4 degrees. Let's check in an hour and see how much the temperature dropped. It's -4 out right now. Oh, we just hit 50 degrees, so we dropped 20 degrees in 30 minutes. It definitely feels a lot colder at 50 degrees now that the sun is down. So I'm gonna idle the car up to 70 degrees once more, get some food from inside, and then put the window inserts, and we'll see how long it takes to drop from 70 to 50 with the window inserts in. Back once again, grabbed a quick burger. The temperature has dropped several degrees in the last few minutes. We're now down to -7. The car temperature is currently at 74.5. As you can see, I just started putting my window inserts in. I still have the back window to do, but I'm gonna kill the heat for the night in about 15 minutes. Just about 9 o'clock, I'm gonna shut the car off, and it is also at -9 degrees. I almost forgot to put one of my temperature sensors outside of the car, and we could see how low it actually got to in the morning. This one's been sitting in my door. I'm gonna take this and clip it on the roof. Put my window insert back in. Heats the car up so much faster. Now to jump in the back. There we go. How's that for light? The elephant in the room out of the way. There, now it doesn't look so messy, does it? Just looks like there's already somebody laying next to me. So the windows are all blocked. We have a sleeping bag liner that I'm gonna jump into. My heated blanket, that's gonna be plugged into my secondary battery. A wool blanket, and then my sleeping bag. The only thing I gotta do is block off the front with my curtain. I don't have any inserts for the front window. I'm pretty sure that's where most of my heat is escaping. I just hang up the front blanket for now. I'm still gonna be up for another hour or two, so as the temperature drops, I'll slowly start getting inside of my cocoon. But at the moment, I'm gonna have to block you off, save some of the heat. Look at the frost starting to build up already. All right, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's 44.8 degrees in the car. The only thing I haven't done is plugged in my heated blanket. I'm pretty toasty right now, and I don't want to start sweating in my bag, so maybe at 11, or if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll shove that in my sleeping bag and turn it on. But I'll see everyone in the morning. Just a quick check-in. It's 2 a.m. 5 degrees in the car. I'm actually pretty toasty. I didn't even plug in the heated blanket. The difference between this time and the last -5 is I have a wool blanket inside of my sleeping bag. That's making a huge difference. So let me get some more sleep. See you in the morning. What's going on, everyone? It's about 5:45 in the morning. I don't know if you can hear, but the plow trucks are outside, so not sleeping anymore. Guess the cold killed the battery on that light. I'm sure my other one's about to die. Oh yeah. Might have to use the phone for a flashlight. Give me a minute here. It's so cold, my battery's died. So it is negative 2.2 degrees in the car. Get that lighting right. Lowest it got down to was negative 2.6. Back hatch is a little frosty. So I just added some sound deadener to my doors, and there's not much frost on the door anymore compared to last year. So I know it's super cold in the car, but I think insulating the doors actually did something. Now for the joyous part of jumping in the front seat and turning on the car. I probably should get remote start. That would make things so much easier. Once I get the car warmed up, we'll go out to the roof of the car and see what our overall low temperature was for the night. We got negative 12 outside by the car. I should have filmed it cranking over. It cranked over, but you can definitely tell it was like, hey, it's cold outside. What are we doing? So while the car warms up, let me tidy up the back. All right, we are now at operating temperature 125. When that hits 127, the little cold thermostat will shut off on the dashboard. It is currently 20.7 degrees in the car. Once this hits about 50, I'm gonna take my window inserts out and start worrying about defrosting all the windows. All right, up in the captain's chair. Ready to see what our temperature is? According to our dashboard, it's at negative 12 when we turn the car on in the morning. The lowest point in the car was negative 2.6 degrees. And now, cherry on the cake. Negative 14.4. Hell yeah. What are we at temperature wise? 31.6. It's gone up, what, about 33 degrees in 35 minutes? We'll probably be sitting here for an hour before we take off. So it's roughly been an hour, almost an hour with the car running. We're about at 50 degrees. It's on solid defroster. It probably would have been at 50 or 60 degrees if we had it on solid heat, but I'm still trying to scrape away the window. I have a V8 Energy, and I wish I had an empty cup because I could have made some shaved ice scraping all this off the window. Oh, I was warm. 650, and we're about 50 degrees in the car. We'll get out of here in like 15 minutes. Maybe we can catch the sunrise at the lake. All right, we're gonna go head to the lake before we head out and try to catch the sunrise.
ideas.
It's 8 a.m. I'm officially gonna head out. The car says it's negative 13 degrees outside. Overall, I'd say this trip was quite successful. We stayed much warmer in the blue sleeping bag at negative 14 than we did 2 years ago at negative 5. So the insulated door matting helped, and the wool blanket inside of the sleeping bag definitely helped out a bunch. So stay tuned as we make our way to Alaska.
Give me a 4 with heavy drifting, please.
Oh man, wind is something
the fact
else.
that it says tell you we got the all clear, but it's really not all clear because we're keeping a full group out. 855, yeah, we're a 3 on the main line and 4 on the frontage roads and stuff. And yes, I got some orders. 10-4.